Hasan is white and rich. He gets some leeway with cops. We don't. Yo, speaking of being white and rich, I do have leeway with cops, but I will say this. There were some weird moments yesterday. I will say the second day, actually, at least for the duration that we were there, had less police retaliation. It wasn't like as violent and as aggro as the first day was, partially because the first day there were more numbers, and obviously pigs get very scared when there's a large number of people out there, right? They get, what do we know? Cops. If you ever see a cop running, you're fucking cooked, okay? If you ever see them lining up, you're also fucking cooked. As a matter of fact, if you see cops in general, you're kind of cooked. But my point is, they fear water bottles, they fear projectiles, it scares them, they fear loud noises, and also expressions of joy. They hate expressions of joy. Anyway, they hate bright colors. They hate press. They pretty much hate everyone. The only people that I don't see them routinely brutalizing are other white supremacists. So I guess, like, you know, there is that. But here is one thing that I mean, overall, it was more tense partially because they weren't like instantly fucking opening, and it wasn't like a constant barrage of them like pushing and then opening fire, pushing, opening fire. But instead, it was just like more tense. But one thing that I found out, or after the fact, but even though I got scoped a couple times by both the LA Sheriff's Department, but also the National Guard troops, was that they were pointing out people in the crowd. And I guess when he went and reviewed the footage, I think it's this guy, California National, looking right at us and pointing right at us and getting other homies to come over.
Pointing at us?
March says they're pointing at us.
Wait, like, technically,
yeah, there it is.
National Guard is here.
But I can't tell if they were, you know, maybe they were just HasanAbi heads. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they were just, maybe he's a hate watcher, or maybe he was just a HasanAbi head. Who knows? Like, there's National Guard. Maybe they recognize you and we're just starstruck. Is that HasanAbi? Yeah. You got scoped by the ABC's chopper. They pointed you out, taking photos, and everyone coming up to you. Wait, really? That's funny. Maybe he just wanted a photo. I don't know. TikTok was saying it was because you look like a cop in your vest, lol. Yeah, I don't think the cops thought I looked like a cop. Let me tell you. Because I just don't think the cops thought that. Maybe other protesters might have thought that, but then it would have been really weird if the other protesters had thought that, would then look at all these other protesters coming up and like fucking taking photos and whatnot. He thinks your head is small, is a challenging target. Yeah.
Well, it started.
This video actually kind of goes hard. I'm not going to lie. Me with one hand in the pocket and the motorcycle also revving right at the same moment. Like that, I don't know. Sometimes videos just hit, you know? CNN blamed the protesters when they found used rubber bullets. That's some top class reporting. I know. There's a reason why they're behind the fucking cops and we are on the side of the protesters. That is something that I wanted to explain. Like, CNN and a lot of mainstream media is there to drive home that same fucking narrative that, like, yo, these rowdy protesters are really making police work quite difficult today. Like, that is their job. That is their goal. That is what they're there to do. Okay? That is what they're there to do. The video of you crossing the bridge yesterday while getting fired at was pretty crazy. Yeah, I know. That shit was insane.